Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, you find a way to lose. Please make sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, so you can be notified of whenever I have videos that drop. That being said, let's jump into it. Boom. Munguia and Derevyanchenko. Let me tell you something. This is a real test for Jaime Munguia. Now, Jaime Munguia, this is why I'm smiling, because it's kind of comical to me. This man has 41 wins, 32 KOs. And De La Hoya is out here saying, yeah, he's about to come in here and fight the technician, Derevyanchenko. 14 wins, 4 losses, right? 10 of those 14 wins by KO. And he's saying, if Munguia beats Sergey, right, then Munguia will be ready for a title shot. Let me tell you something. Munguia should have fought somebody elite a long time ago. Munguia has 41 fights where he was just being brought along slowly and just being milked, right? There's no more milk in the cow. Matter of fact, they better be careful, because Oscar, to me, is just kind of wandering aimlessly around here trying to manage his fighters. He may be out there on the pasture trying to find another cow to milk. He may mess around and get his hands on a bull and be pulling at the wrong thing. And that ain't milk coming out of there. But that being said, Derevyanchenko at the same time, he's been in some fights, man. He's got some miles on him. He can fight. Don't get me wrong. I like Derevyanchenko, man. He's been in some fights, but he had a hard fight there with Daniel Jacobs. Had a hard fight there with Jamal. You know what I mean? He's been in some wars. Got in there with Triple G. Many people thought he beat Triple G. But, you know, he took some leather in that fight, too. So this could be a thing where they feel Munguia is the younger, fresher fighter who's going to get in here, and he's going to shine against the battle-tested but war-torn Sergi Derevyanchenko. But I'm going to tell you this. I think that fight's going to be very intense. Early in the fight, we're going to see if Munguia can put a dent in Derevyanchenko. But I'll tell you what, early in that fight, we know for a fact Derevyanchenko can put a dent in anybody. This really is, I don't think Oscar De La Hoya had any other options, to be honest with you. And out of all the options that were out there, Oscar chose what I think was what he felt was the easiest fight. Because Jamal's a problem, Andre is a problem. You know, you got, what's his name, man? The guy who's, he's got a belt out there, the Dominican fighter, man. Seeing his face, you know. Can't think of his name off the top of my head, man. But he's out there. Man, Munguia he's right there as a mandatory. He should be fighting a killer by now, but it is what it is. But I don't know. De La Hoya says Munguia's always wanted the toughest fights. Maybe he did, but Oscar De La Hoya protected him. The way I see Munguia is another Zurdo Ramirez. Okay? Zurdo stepped up to fight Bivol. He got tranquilized. Munguia steps up to fight Derevyanchenko. Derevyanchenko is not quite the same level, 2 different weight divisions, but not the same level as Bivol. But I think he has enough to give Munguia the business. But what I'm getting at is Munguia could definitely lose this fight. You can't keep going and fighting in Mexico because no one knows who the hell these guys are you're fighting. He's really stepping up and getting himself into a real fight, man. And this is a great rival for him. But I'll tell you this. Jaime is a fighter who never stops training, right? Never stops training to fight bus drivers. And I don't want to talk bad about boxers, but let's just keep it real. He's out there fighting bus drivers in Mexico. But I'll tell you what, he's in tough with this guy, Sergey. Now, I personally think for De La Hoya, I'm trying to get my mind kind of getting ahead of what De La Hoya is thinking. He loses Canelo, right? That hurt Golden Boy big time. He has Munguia. He has Zurdo Ramirez. He has Virgil Ortiz and Ryan Garcia. Canelo bounces. He won't put Munguia in there really in a super tough fight. Ryan Garcia loses now. Zurdo Ramirez loses. Virgil Ortiz, who knows what's going on with that guy with all the issues he's had with his health. We hope he gets better, right? But what is De La Hoya thinking? Putting Munguia in with Derevyanchenko. But I'm going to tell y'all this. It goes back to what I've been saying in videos when I talk about De La Hoya. It's what he said about a year and a month ago. Selling Golden Boy Promotions. Right? I have $1 billion business here. I'm going to sell it and go off and sail into the sunset. Y'all remember when he was having that conversation? I did the video talking about De La Hoya trying to sell the Golden Boy crack house. Hey, he was talking about he had some investors coming in, looking to put up $1 billion, buy Golden Boy Promotions. Let me tell you this. Things haven't been working out for Oscar like he's hoped. Maybe if Oscar De La Hoya had Tank Davis over there, Canelo Alvarez over there, and Ryan Garcia, and maybe a Deontay Wilder, and maybe he could get $1 billion for that company, right? But I really think De La Hoya is looking to cash out and move on. I really do. Why else would he talk about selling Golden Boy Promotions last year? And when you look at some of the fights that he's made with his guys, who I would say are top guys, it just hasn't been working out for him. And these are moves that just don't make any sense to me. We know that Zurdo Ramirez isn't going to clip any elite 175-pounder. We know Jaime Munguia isn't battle-tested, but if he gets through Derevyanchenko, let's see how he does against the big boys. But if he can't beat Derevyanchenko, Jaime Munguia and Golden Boy hit a wall. Then Ryan Garcia, who knows what's going on? This is the free Ryan Garcia movement over here. If Ryan Garcia leaves him, what does De La Hoya have left? And Virgil Ortiz. That man may be done with boxing. He can't afford to be on dialysis with his kidneys going bad. So I say all that to say this. I'm not really sure, taking on a guy like Derevyanchenko, who's faced Charlo, Jacobs, Triple G, right? I'm not so sure that's a move that De La Hoya would have made if he had really had other options. And I think the Golden Boy ship is going down. And I'm not sure Oscar De La Hoya has any fighters to save his company. But maybe if Munguia beats Derevyanchenko, he can keep it afloat. But I just don't think there's enough talent over there to save that company. But we will see. That being said, shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents, June 10th, Munguia, Derevyanchenko. I like Munguia, don't get me wrong. But I just have a feeling Derevyanchenko has enough left, especially when they get past round 5, for things to start going downhill for Munguia. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Hit that subscribe button. I'm in the breeze.